in looking, right, kind of research, I found even more, like actual albums of like comps of 60s pop, and stuff. So I dumped all that in, and then when I listen to it, if I find a song, man, I can't stand that song. I'll remove it. I'll take it out of the playlist. You don't notice it at first, but over time, the playlist gets like better, gets more accustomed or more like your likes. And sometimes I'll go intensive on one, where like I'm at work all day and I wear a headset, a lot. So, and I have a good headset. So I'll listen to when I'm not working, or when I am working, if I'm doing paperwork or something, I'll be listening to this playlist and like taking stuff out, man. That's the purpose of it, is to trim it down, and you have to do that. It's like a big one, like over 100 hours. You gotta do that for like 3 weeks, 8 hours a day. And to and from work, I can remove stuff right from the car allows me to do it too, so, do that for 3 weeks. The playlist is then starting to like look like what you like, so just some advice from an expert. I've been on streaming, for I never liked albums, I never owned too many of them. I never cared for them. They scratched, they took up a lot of space, and you had to have all this expensive equipment, right? Turntable. I don't know, I just never liked them, I never, and even when I thought, well, this is it, but I always had cassettes, and I would tape albums, I have about 100 albums, I bought, but I would buy the album and then tape it. But anyway, when I remember getting the email from Spotify, like 20 years ago almost, 2007, 2006, 2007, about try this new service, and yeah, he's flying through the air, 6,000 miles an hour, baby. He's dreaming. He's insane. See, these have good lyrics, a lot of these songs. They just weren't hits, He's going insane. All right. But anyway, yeah, I signed up for the Spotify, and oh my God, man, look at all this. And I've been on it ever since, And this garage playlist is like one of the first I created, okay? I've been working on it for like off and on, like you cure it, a couple of decades almost, So I know when I put this on, I'm gonna hear, music that I like, right? A type of music that I like. So, but yeah, Ann's okay. See, me, my first operation, my first one. My brother-in-law came to visit, right? Not unannounced. I knew he was coming over, and I was in the shower and not thinking, hurrying across the tile floor, right? And fell and messed up, not the knee, because it's metal and porcelain, but all the muscle work that he did, tore it all apart, and then fell a bunch of more times, right? In the meantime, soon after, because the leg was like shot, it was awful. And I had to have a third operation on it, you know, and to fix it. And like the second knee, and then after the second knee was done, then a third operation, and to fix that. And like then after a bit, I was walking around good, you know, but it wasn't like an optimal recovery with me, you know, at all. Yeah. Yeah. That's like the root of everything, this little genre of music here. Everything came after, you know, punk, alternative, you know, pop. Yep, there it is. See, Kiloh's opinion here, okay, but back then you had two things. You had Dylan, right? You had Surf, right? And Dylan. And then the Beatles hit, right? And all these kids are like, oh my God, we gotta like be like the Beatles, right? But what about all this like surf equipment? And Dylan. So a bunch of bands had the brilliant idea that, hey, we'll combine it. We'll have like more serious lyrics, you know, Dylan lyrics, and we'll have Beatles music, Beatles beat. And they could play like the, you know, I mean, nobody plays like the Beatles, right? But they could do like a, you know, music like this, right? A little faster and stuff with the beat. But they couldn't do lyrics like Dylan, you know? But a lot of it's comical, you know, but a lot of it's really good, too. But in doing this, they invented a whole new genre of music, okay? Modern rock music. And in fact, okay, my beloved 13th floor elevators were put together to do exactly that, okay? Yep. Tommy was already looking to like form a rock band, okay? And around like his lyrics about the psychedelic experience and how wonderful it was. And he identified this like little surf band, this band playing surf music for the tourists up on the coast there, the third coast. Stacy, John Ike, you know, Benny. And then they attended a Dylan concert in Austin in 1965, where that's where he had, you know, the band. He had, you know, it was the Electric Dylan. And Dylan later said that Austin was like one of the few towns that got it. You know what I mean? Okay. He really enjoyed playing there. But all of them, Clementine, you know, right? Clementine and Tommy and his friends, they all took acid, of course, you know, and went to this Dylan concert and were blown away, of course, right? And that's where Tommy had the idea to form like a band, okay, right? An electric band around lyrics, around his ideas, okay, like to make like Dylan type serious lyrics with a electric rock band. So he went on this quest to do that, and found this surf band that was pretty good, right? And they moved to Austin and began messing around, and then he was told that he should go see this young man at the Jade Room, okay? Was playing in a teen group called the Spades, and him and Clementine went, and that was, they went to see Rocky and Rocky Erickson and the Spades. So afterwards, he approached Rocky and told him about his idea. And I think Rocky was kind of tired of the Spades by then, you know, right? And he agreed to do it, you know? And the rest is history. Yep. All right, I'm going to sign off, okay? This is going to make 2 videos. Bye.